Hi friends, today I'll show you how to make Puran Poli or Ubattu or Holige. How we make it in Bangalore style or Karnataka style. There are two things to make Ubattu. One is the dough and one is the filling. So first I'll show you how to make the dough. To make the dough, you need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour or bread flour. Today, usually I always make it with all-purpose flour, but today I am making it with bread flour because bread flour has more elasticity and you don't have to knead the batter that much as you have to knead it with the all-purpose flour. Half a cup of fine suji. In Bangalore, we also call it as shiroti rava or it's called fine suji. So I will add these two things here. Add a pinch of salt and mix it with water such that the batter is sticky. I'll be using food processor to mix this. You can also mix it with hand. I added 1.5 cup of water and mixed this in the food processor. The dough should be sticky like this even when you mix with hand. Now I'm going to run this food processor about 5 minutes for it to form the gluten and elasticity. I have kneaded it well for about 2 minutes. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of oil and then knead it again for another 2 minutes. You can add oil approximately. Knead the dough till it forms elasticity like this. So when you pull it, it should not cut easily. So it should be stretchy like this. The dough is ready. So you see this stretchiness. It's not breaking. So that means the dough is ready. If your dough is not stretchy, just keep kneading it till it becomes stretchy. Add some more oil if required and then knead it more so that it becomes stretchy. So if you're kneading with hand and you don't see that enough elasticity is there are two ways you could knead it well. If it's hard for you to knead like this, it's very time consuming or you need a lot of strength, then the easiest way is just throw the batter like this from a height so that it gets kneaded well without you having to use your hand pressure. Instead of this, you could just take this whole dough and throw it like this. The other way of kneading it is, if you have a mortar and pestle, take it and smash it like this. Smash the batter. So either ways you could knead, or you could just knead it with hand. But in my case, I've kneaded with the food processor. See the stretchiness? If your batter is this stretchy, you'll get beautiful Ubattu. So cover it up with the lid so that it doesn't get dry. I have here 2 cups of tur dal. It's almost 20 minutes since I've been boiling it in the water. Just boil it with sufficient water. If you get this frothy thing like this, just remove it. Check whether the dal is cooked. You take this dal and smash it. It should get smashed well. And there should not be any white dot in between. Sometimes the dal cracks in the end, so that means it's cooked. So now I'll measure for 1 glass of tur dal. I'm going to add 1 glass of jaggery. You can add more if you like it more sweet. So I'm making puran here. So I'm going to drain this in a colander. Don't throw this water. Use this water to make rasam. I'm going to drain this in the colander. So here I'm taking 2 cups of jaggery. I've measured my tur dal in this cup, so measure the jaggery in the same cup. Try to use the light colored jaggery so the Ubattu looks golden yellow and looks nice. To this, mix tur dal. When tur dal is hot itself, mix it up and so that the jaggery melts a little, or smash this jaggery into smaller pieces if your tur dal is already cold, and then mix it up and grind it in your blender or wet grinder. Now I have this drained tur dal. Add this drained tur dal which is still hot. I don't know if you can see the steam. To this I'm going to add this jaggery and mix it up. and let it stay like this for some time so that the jaggery melts a little or softens a little, and then grind it. You can add ilachi powder to this for the flavor, but if you don't want it, you could skip that. So once you grind this into a fine paste, your puran is ready and you can make your puran puri or obattu or holiki. This is Bangalore style obattu. I'm using tur dal. Andhra style, they use chana dal. Both taste good, so you could use any dal of your choice. So let it stay like this for some time and then grind it. After grinding the purnam, the tur dal and jaggery mixture with little bit of ilachi powder, I made these balls like this. Make sure the purnam is super finely grinded like this. So when you spread the obattu, you'll get a thin obattu. So I made the balls like this and kept it ready. Make sure you cover the lid and take one at a time so that it doesn't dry up. In the meantime, I also have this dough ready. So we'll take a very small ball of this dough, and like how we do the aloo paratha, in the same way, put this filling inside this, wrap it up and spread it. I'll show you how to do that. So I have this dough ready. So take this dough and squeeze it like this, or just try to make a ball like this. So you need a very small dough for this size of purnam. So I'll show you how I could do this. Make sure you cover the lid of the dough so that it doesn't get dried up, and you can apply a thin layer of oil to the dough so that it doesn't get dried up too. So to this dough, I am using this obattu paper. You can also use parchment paper, and then I'm adding little oil to this so that it doesn't stick, and spreading the oil across this paper. So what you do is, using your fingers, just spread this like this on the obattu paper. Once you have spread it, take this ball that you made. So the purnam should be like this. Take this ball, place it in the center, and wrap it up like this. See how stretchy the dough is? See there? How stretchy it is? I just want to show you, so I'm picking it up. So thin and stretchy. Wrap it up nicely and then flip it like this, so it's fully covered. Now I'm using this thick sheet, any thick plastic sheet you have, and add little oil so that the sheet doesn't stick. Keep this on that and little oil and keep spreading it. So the trick is, sometimes if you're not able to spread this, you can add little oil on top like this, and then you can spread it. So you see that you keep spreading it nicely in a circular motion till you get the obattu of desired consistency. I like to make it super thin, so I'll keep spreading it. Since the dough and the purnam is finely ground like a smooth paste, it's easy to just do like this. You don't need a belan to roll it. You can just spread it with your hand like this. So it's almost done. Got a thin, nice obattu here. So now let's see. Gently open it. So here you got the obattu. Now I have this pan heated up here. Now I'll add this. So I'm taking this, the obattu that I've spread, and use it like this and flip it on the tawa. This tawa is preheated, so you can gently release it from the paper like this, So here you go. So cook it on a medium flame. You see that little bubbles have formed. So it's cooking nicely. Don't cook it on a high flame because it will burn quickly. So wait for some time till it cooks before you flip it. So now I'm just going to fold it little and to see whether it's done. I don't know if you can see. I see that it's golden brown at the bottom. So release it fully. Be gentle because it's very soft, because it's so thin. So just be gentle, release it everywhere before you flip it, and gently put the spoon in once you have released everywhere and flip it. So it's perfectly golden brown cooked. Let it cook on this side for a few seconds, and then your Ubbuttu is ready. You can add some ghee if you like. I did not add any extra oil. Only oil I added is to spread the Ubbuttu on the tawa. I did not add any extra oil, but if you like to add some ghee on it, you can add and enjoy the hot Ubbuttu. The Ubbuttu is ready, so I'm going to fold it. Yummy Ubbuttus are ready. Golden brown, perfectly cooked, soft, thin, and delicious. Thanks to my mom for this fail-proof recipe. Yummy and nice. Enjoy with some ghee on it.